All right, so our project is this adorable little side table stool type thing. It's got where it's starting to come apart. This is bird potty that happened in the shop. But we're just gonna try to stable it up a little bit. We're gonna give it a new look. This is actually for a friend of mine, and it is hers. And so we're not gonna paint it. We're just gonna give it a fresh look and see what we can do. So I'm gonna use my Star Bond glue because the wood glue will be hard to get in there, but I can use this medium Star Bond glue and it will run down in there a little bit better. And then we'll sand off the extra that we'll get. But this gives me a chance to kind of get it in there and try to. Well, maybe. Yeah, it's not fill. It is not, maybe more of a fill situation than a glue together situation. But I'm using this brown. Yeah, this is, then we'll use the accelerator. And try to see if we can't fill that gap. I don't want to use a wood filler too much. I don't know what, yeah, it really, just trying to fill that hole. All right, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do it on the other side. I don't know if you'll be able to see me. This one's pretty tight. I'm just gonna try to fill that hole right there. Sorry, you can probably hear my husband tilling in the background. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, even though this does cause the super glue to dry in about 15 seconds. I'm still gonna let it harden up before I come back and sand it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give it a good sand. Our glue is dry. We're using a 240 sandpaper. We're just gonna sand it all over. I thought that was bird poo, but you know, I gotta be honest, I think that's actually like a sticker or something. That is not bird poo. That's good to know, since I'm sitting here picking at it. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and give this a good all over sand so that we can go ahead and begin refreshing this wood. All right, let's see if we can attack this stain. I am just gonna use regular old bleach. We're gonna pour bleach on here and see if we can't get this to lighten up. I'm gonna add a little bit more and make sure that everything is pretty well saturated. And then I'm gonna take it outside and let it sit in the sun, and between the bleach and the sun, hopefully it will lighten up that stain. I'm gonna go ahead and use my orbital sander and sand all of the flat areas that I can. So I'll get as much off as I can on the flat areas inside and outside of the legs before working on those round spindly parts. When I was sanding that this was a lot more wobbly than I had originally noticed. So I decided these were just put together with dowels, but if there had been any wood glue or anything in there at the time, then it had dried, chipped off, it wasn't doing anything. So I went ahead and used my CA glue with the accelerator and some clamps, and I put glue in all of the cracks and secured up the whole little table.
Under stars we ride tonight. City lights so bright, alright. Windows down, we feel the breeze. Heartbeats fast, we're free with ease. Radio plays our favorite song. We sing loud, we sing along.
So I'm going to go ahead and continue to sand the spindles, but I'm going to use this tape sand. I actually have a tool that you can feed that in, and it will do it electronically, or mechanically, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to do it by hand here and try to work my way around all of the places in the spindles that are wide enough. I did actually rip a skinnier piece to get in the little grooves there. Here, I just pulled a piece off, but I ripped it long ways to get in those smaller pieces just to try to get a chance to sand as much off as I could. So here's where I filled in that crack. There wasn't any way to actually squeeze it together and glue it because the boards were warped just from age. And this one didn't fill as well, so I'll go back in and add more, and then we can actually sand it down smooth and it won't have those big cracks in it. But we're still just working on sanding everything. You can see how far I've come sanding on the base, and I'm going to continue to use my tape sanding paper and just do it by hand. Here I accidentally bumped it with the orbital, so it does have a little bit of a flat spot there now. But other than that, and that's from the clamp, it just, I got to sand that off, just kind of made it. But it's really coming together. This was actually cut uneven, so it does have a bit of a gap there, but there's nothing to do to fix it other than fill it in. Because I would have to completely take it apart to recut that board, and because it has these corner braces in here, I would have to take all those out. So I think our best bet is just to fill it in. I'm going to use some wood filler, and I'll just fill that in and sand it, and that will be much better. It'll look better. It's sturdy. It's structurally sound, so there's really no reason to worry about it having that gap. I just want to fill it in so it looks better. So I'm working on the aesthetic of it. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just using regular wood putty. It's that kind that's pink and then turns brown when it's dry. But this is an old container, and it was out here in the shop all winter, so it's tan. Still soft, and you can use it. It's just not pink anymore. So I filled in that crack, and now I'm just kind of cutting out the pieces with my little knife, my little putty tool there, and just smoothing it down, but I want to make sure I keep it out of any of that detail. This table looks like it was built out of, the skirting here was from another table. It's two different types of wood. The legs and the top are made out of something, and then these cross pieces at the bottom, as well as this top, is made out of a different type of wood. And like I said, it looks like maybe another table was taken apart and pieces were used for this little table. So we're going to go ahead and stain and finish out the top. I know you can still see some of that staining. I didn't want to keep sanding it down. It was starting to kind of get a little bit uneven across the top. I didn't want to make a divot and keep going. And I know I could just continue to use some of the different things, the bleach, and there's some wood lightener and just some different things. But I'm going to go ahead and see what happens if I cover it and see if it blends in. So we're using Debi's Design Diary Dark and Decrepit. top coat. It's a liquid patina, so it has a built-in sealer. I mean, it is a sealer. It's a stain and a sealer. There's a clear one, there's a gray one. This is the brown. And I'm just diluting it with water because I really want it to soak into that wood. So what we're kind of doing right now is just using it mostly as a stain. But we'll do a couple coats so that we can make sure that it also secures and seals in that top. I'm just applying it with a rag. This is literally a sweatshirt that got, worn out, and my husband threw it in the rag box. So I've cut the sleeves off, and I'm just going to use one piece to dip in that and really scrub and make sure it gets down in there. I started with the bottom first. That way, I can kind of let that dry a little bit, flip it over. Actually, I don't think I let it dry at all. I think I just flip it over and start. So again, we're going to give this an overall coat, and then we're going to come back in and give it a second coat. But here I'm just going to kind of show you where you can still see some of that wear. Had a little place that looked like it had been burned down on the bottom. But we're going to just give it a go and see how well it blends in once I have added this liquid patina. So here we go. I'll just let you watch me do it. So I'm going to go back and continue trying to sand. I don't have any detail sanders. Oddly enough, and because of this table, I have since then ordered and received a kit of sponges that is designed to help you get sandpaper in all those grooves. But I'm going to get everything I can and go ahead and just, any flat spot that I could possibly get before I try to stain over it and see if the stain will, if it'll look even in spite of not getting some of those details in those spindles and in that groove on the skirting there, and see how it does. So apparently I thought I had hit record when I was doing the first coat on the bottom, but apparently I did not. So this is what it looks like with one coat. It's really uneven, which I expected. You can still see some of the staining on the top, and it has this one place that I don't know why the stain won't stick there. It's been sanded multiple times, so it's hard to believe there could really still be some kind of oil that's rejecting the stain. But I am going ahead and applying the second coat here, and I'll do as many coats as it takes to get that even. And I'm using water to kind of get it down inside the groove. So I'm watering it down and having it run in there, because down in those grooves in the spindles, it's hard to get my rag and my finger down in there. But again, I've watered down the top coat here, and I'm just going to continue to use my rag and add it. And you can see that I am not wearing gloves. The thing about Debi's Design Diary products is that they are water-based, and they are also safe, non-toxic products. So this will wash off with salt. That is weird. I don't know where that word came from. With soap and water. I'm not going to lie, it does still get down in your fingernails and your cuticles, and it might take a little bit of scrubbing. And so sometimes when I actually remember, I do wear gloves. But here I'd already started and I just went for it. But I just wanted to kind of let you know that it is a safe, non-toxic. So if you don't have on gloves, no need to worry about it. It will wash off. Now that we have completed actually getting everything stained and having multiple coats there, and we feel confident that it is sealed, we have to actually attach the top. And it had these holes, but the screws that were in there just were worn. They were flatheads, and so I'm actually using some Craig jig screws that I already had because the holes are kind of like they were made with a Craig jig. So I'm just screwing the top back on, getting it secured very well, and then we're finished. Okay, it's still just a little uneven. I mean, just barely. So I'm going to use these felt rounds on the bottom here. They're pretty thick, so I think that as it smashes it down, it'll kind of help to even that out. So that's next step. All right, now it does not wobble at all. That is awesome. All right, here she is, all finished up.